In one of the most jaw-dropping and earth-shattering moments in WWE history, John Cena finally turned heel, descending to the dark side and embracing his villainous persona. This shocking turn came at Elimination Chamber 2025 after John Cena secured his path to WrestleMania 41. Cena, seemingly celebrating alongside Rhodes, delivered a brutal low blow before aligning himself with the final boss, The Rock. This unexpected betrayal not only shook the WWE Universe, but also set the stage for one of the most compelling storylines in recent memory. To understand the gravity of this moment, we need to go back, way back. John Cena debuted in WWE in 2002, and by 2005, he was the face of the company. He was the guy who stood up to bullies, who fought for the underdog, and who always did the right thing. He was the role model. But as the years went by, something started to shift. The fans began to turn on him. "Let's go Cena! Cena sucks!" became a staple chant in arenas worldwide. The younger fans adored him, but the older, more hardcore fans grew tired of his never-ending positivity and his seemingly invincible character, and they turned on him. Cena quickly became one of the most polarizing figures in wrestling history. Despite the mixed reactions, Cena never wavered. He stayed true to his character, even as the landscape of WWE changed around him. He became a part-timer, focusing on his Hollywood career, but every time he returned, he was still the same John Cena we'd always known. Until Elimination Chamber 2025. The men's Elimination Chamber match was already an intense battle, with Cena, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk left standing in the final moments. Rollins fell victim to a GTS from Punk, only for Cena to capitalize with an attitude adjustment, leading to Punk eliminating Rollins. The match then became a nostalgic showdown between Cena and Punk, echoing their legendary clashes from 2012. However, Cena ultimately secured the victory by submitting Punk after a well-timed stomp from a vengeful Rollins. This was a big hint that Cena's morals were compromised, as babyface wouldn't have taken advantage of Punk. With his ticket to WrestleMania punched, Cena appeared to be embracing the moment. However, what followed was one of the most ruthless betrayals in WWE history. As Cody Rhodes stood in the ring, reaffirming his defiance against The Rock's authority, Cena, initially appearing to celebrate alongside him, delivered a shocking low blow. He then took Rhodes' Rolex watch, using it to bust him open, while The Rock proceeded to whip Rhodes with his weight belt, branded with Cody's soul and the date of his father Dusty Rhodes' passing. This was earth-shattering. I think it's safe to say that this was the biggest heel turn in all of wrestling history, or at least the biggest heel turn since Hulk Hogan joining the NWO. And let's not ignore the masterstroke behind it. Cena didn't just betray Cody. He aligned with The Rock. The Hollywood megastar, the man he once called a sellout, became his partner in crime. The irony? Delicious. The storytelling? Next level. This is what I'm talking about. There are so many layers to this. On the March 17, 2025 episode of WWE Monday Night Raw, Heel John Cena's music hit, and you've never heard an arena fill up with boos louder and quicker. Cena used his same My Time Is Now theme music. He had the same red hat, t-shirt, and wristbands. Fans chanted, "John Cena sucks." Before Cena even spoke, fans went back and forth with, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants. But Cena's heel promo quickly turned them all against him. Cena said he's not a babyface. He's not a heel. He's a human being. Cena called himself the victim of an abusive relationship. He accused fans of using him as a puppet and said he's not going to switch up his look or his theme music because fans don't deserve it. Cena said they dress like him, not the other way around. John Cena said their time was up and his time was finally now. Fans continued the verbal assault with chants of "shut the F up" and the "goodbye" chant. Cena tore into the fans in the arena and around the world as he accused them of being toxic and selfish, stating that they used him as a scapegoat for their own failures and they never cared about him.
"Not one of you sons of bitches asked me how I feel."
He even created a sensational new meme by telling a young fan in the front row that he was in a toxic relationship with him, to the bemusement of the kid. whose reaction is already going viral. Cody Rhodes interrupted John Cena to a rousing ovation. Fans chanted various versions of Cody Rhodes. Rhodes told Cena that he needs to go back to the drawing board because heel Cena gave Cody his best, and it wasn't enough. Cody told Cena to find his old self and threatened to retire him early at WrestleMania 41. This was an outstanding segment, and the start to John Cena's long-awaited heel era. Cena delivered arguably his greatest promo ever. One of the most notable parts of this segment was Cena not coming out with a new theme and attire. Interestingly, when Cena was originally supposed to turn heel in 2012, they had made him new music and gear. This shows that WWE has silently moved on from the era of the cool heel. John Cena could have come out with new music and fresh gear, but then it would encourage fans to cheer him, and he didn't want that. This was a genius heel move from Cena. On the March 24, 2025 episode of WWE Monday Night Raw, John Cena and undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes engaged in a heated in-ring confrontation. Cena, continuing his recent heel persona, delivered a scathing promo targeting the Glasgow audience, who responded with explicit chants that the broadcast struggled to censor. He blamed the fans for his actions, stating they had mistreated him throughout his career, and vowed to ruin wrestling by defeating Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 to claim his 17th World Championship before retiring. Rhodes interrupted Cena's tirade, leading to a tense face-off. The champion chastised Cena for betraying the fans and challenged him to bring his best to their upcoming match. The segment concluded with Cena exiting the ring amidst a chorus of boos, intensifying the anticipation for their WrestleMania showdown. I noticed that they're not mentioning why exactly did he sell his soul to The Rock. They're actually not mentioning The Rock at all. Let's just wait and see where this goes. On the March 31st episode of WWE Raw in London, the feud between Cody and Cena exploded into a brilliant promo battle. Cena approached Cody on the mic, but Cody cut him off. Rhodes told Cena that he is going to do his job for him. Cena is not going to cook him. Rhodes admits he has a little bit of a lisp. He also brought up Stardust. He made fun of his neck tattoo and said that he got booed in the company he created. But Cena responded that he's not going to cook him. He's going to bury him, as he always buried mediocrity. Rhodes launched a scathing attack on Cena, insisting that while Cena remains his hero on some level, he did sell his soul to The Rock. Rhodes pointed out that unlike Cena, who was chosen by a guy who used to sit in the office, he was chosen by the fans. Cena fired back by dismissing Rhodes as nothing more than a Napo baby and a glorified fanboy with a bad tattoo. Cena said he's made empires for billionaires. All Cody ever did was steal money from their kids. Cena goes to leave, but Rhodes stopped Cena and reminded him that an audience never chanted at him, "You can't wrestle." Cena gets in the ring, but his attempted cheap shot was countered by Rhodes. Rhodes stood tall over Cena to conclude this segment. This intense exchange, with personal insults and shots, elevated their rivalry and left fans eagerly anticipating their match in the main event of WrestleMania. This wasn't just a normal heel turn. It's a complete transformation for Cena, a man who had remained a fan favorite for over 2 decades, a man who used to live hustle, loyalty, and respect, and a man who was every kid's hero had finally embraced the role of a villain. From his never-give-up mantra to his countless charity and Make-A-Wish appearances, Cena built an image that transcended the ring and inspired millions. This still feels unreal, to be very honest. If you had told me they're going to turn Cena heel even 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. Turning him heel during his retirement tour is even more insane and shocking. This was a very risky move from WWE. Cena's new role as The Rock's enforcer eerily mirrors a pivotal moment in WWE history. In 1998, The Rock turned heel to become Vince McMahon's corporate champion, positioning himself as the company's golden boy over Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, history is repeating itself with Cena stepping into that role under The Rock's leadership. Much like Austin's defiance against McMahon's corporate empire, Rhodes has chosen to resist The Rock's influence. However, Cena, in pursuit of his 17th World Championship, has chosen a different path, aligning himself with the authority figure who can ensure his legacy. As Bray Wyatt once hinted, Cena has finally lived long enough to see himself become the villain. Bray was always right about Cena. It's crazy to think that Cena hasn't won a singles match in nearly 7 years. During that time, he has lost to Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Austin Theory, and Solo Sikoa. After being eliminated from the Royal Rumble by Jey Uso, Cena realized that the days of Super Cena are truly over, and he saw his window of opportunity closing. All those losses finally caught up to him. This frustration led him to embrace a ruthless, win-at-all-costs mentality, one that completely changes the trajectory of his retirement tour, something we never thought would happen. Cena's new villainous role adds an unpredictable layer to WrestleMania 41. His match against Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship is now more than just a title bout. It's a battle of ideologies. Will Cena fully embrace his dark side and cement himself as The Rock's corporate champion? Or will this be the beginning of a longer redemption arc? Beyond WrestleMania, the possibilities for Cena's storyline are endless. WWE could explore a prolonged reign of terror featuring Cena and The Rock ruling the company together, much like the corporation of the late 90s. However, Cena's impending retirement and Rock's limited schedule suggest that his story won't end in darkness. Redemption could be on the horizon. One of the greatest narratives in professional wrestling is the redemption story. Cena's heel turn is shocking, but WWE thrives on long-term storytelling, and his eventual return to the light could be one of the most satisfying arcs in modern wrestling history. But the question remains, who will be the one to pull Cena back from the edge? CM Punk. Yes, a feud with CM Punk, the ultimate anti-corporate rebel, could be the key to Cena's redemption. Punk, who has always stood against WWE's authority figures, is the perfect foil to expose Cena's misguided path. This could lead to an emotional face turn for Cena, culminating in a farewell run that re-establishes him as a hero before he hangs up his boots for good. Not to mention how incredible a heel Cena and face Punk rivalry would be. Just imagining their promos gave me chills. He could even go up against AJ Styles, who's also one of Cena's best in-ring rivals. A high-profile match against the OTC Roman Reigns, which might see Cena finally getting a win over Roman after losing to him twice at No Mercy 2017 and SummerSlam 2021. Cena and Roman facing off could also build to the eventual match between Rock and Roman, considering the current alliance between Cena and Rock. Cena facing off against a young talent like Braun Breaker or Carmelo Hayes, and possibly passing the torch to them, would be another interesting program to look forward to. The next few months will define Cena's legacy in ways no one could have predicted. His retirement tour has now become absolutely unpredictable, and whether he finishes his career as a villain or a beloved legend, one thing is certain. John Cena has once again cemented his place as one of the most compelling figures in WWE history. Thanks for joining me on this ride. A lot of hard work went into creating this video, so if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more.